So what's in a name? Well, for American agriculture, billions of dollars. When the first report of a new strain of flu appeared last spring, the H1N1 virus was first referred to as the swine flu, an unfortunate misidentification that's still costing America's pork producers.
Swine flu on the move.
Well, when the news broke, the media left no doubt where the outbreak started.
Swine flu breeds in pigs, spreads then from person to person.
But they were wrong. The H1N1 virus was not being spread by swine, but by people. Still, the name stuck despite the best efforts of state and industry officials.
We keep telling folks that we've not found this virus in any of the hog herd in the United States, and that's very important for folks to remember, because that is one way we reinforce that the meat is safe and that you can continue to eat pork.
A message that American consumers for the most part understood, but internationally, it was another story. Darrell Pill is an ag economist at Oklahoma State University.
What has happened over time, there have been a couple of countries, China and Russia in particular, that actually banned U.S. pork products. And that has led to, and there's other surveys that show that for example, in China, that consumers continue to be negatively impacted by fears that this so-called swine flu is related to pork consumption and has continued to affect consumption in those countries. So that has led to a dramatic decrease in exports and therefore a lot of impact on the pork markets in the U.S.
Thanks to backyard barbecues between April and September, pork prices typically climb by about 5%. But this year, prices fell in the same time period by almost 12%. Bad news for pork producers, good news for consumers.
Well, what's happened in the U.S., of course, all of the meat industries are sort of contracting given the recession we're in. Pork production is actually down in the U.S., but because of the dramatic loss of exports, pork consumption in the U.S. is actually up by about 4% this year, as we are trying to consume more of that total production in the U.S. as opposed to exporting it offshore. So it's put dramatic pressure across the board on meat markets in the U.S. in terms of trying to deal with that additional quantity of meat in the industry.
And Pill says the best medicine for low prices is often low prices. As farmers go out of business, production drops, supplies shrink, and only then do prices start to recover.